Next, we are going to start by moving into the software in which I am asking you to follow along with the presentation, and I am going to show everything in the software as opposed to walking through the PowerPoint. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a new presentation or a new project. So we're going to go to our splash screen here. We're going to create a new project. For today, we are connected to a 1756 L85E processing unit. We are going to make a project called Studio 5000 and v32. And I'm going to leave it on our root directory on my desktop. I'm going to click next. We are going to be dealing with version 32. I have a 7-slot chassis currently. And my processing unit is in slot 0. So one thing I want to highlight while this is creating the new project for us is Rockwell has made a conscious decision to attempt to bring all the platforms into a similar look and feel. So Logic Designer, Connected Component Workbench, and View Designer all now use a very similar color scheme and just overall user experience. So when the project opens up, you will see this is specific to Logic Designer, but it does look similar when moving between the other control platforms or programming platforms. So as you can see, our project is getting created. By default, the project always creates a main task, main program, and a main routine. So one of the first things I want to highlight today is we're going to make a new routine, and we're just going to call it test 1, and we'll make it a ladder logic program. So now I have my main routine, which is currently blank, a test routine, and then I'm going to want to probably navigate through my controller tags. But one of the features that is excellent that was brought out in version 32 is you can now take a single routine or multiple routines and pull them out, and it creates its entire new window. So if you have a secondary monitor or you're doing development and you would like to see 2 separate pieces of code, you can open and bring them into a completely separate window, and you can have multiple tabs within that window. The other thing that you can do is if you wanted to bring this out to its own window, which I had, and then you want to simplify it because you only want to see your main routine, you can right-click on the main routine, click close all but this, and it still maintains your second window so that you still have your main routine and the other window that you had with your other logic or any other things that you're attempting to monitor, such as tags, things like that. To bring it back, you click on the top and drag it until you see you filled the screen, and it will throw it right back in, so now you're dealing with one window again. This is a new feature that is hands down one of the best things they've done with this, so that you can do better and easier development as well as troubleshooting later on. Once the system is running, you can be looking at your tags at the same time of watching your logic or 2 separate routines on 2 separate monitors. It's a very nice feature. I just wanted to make sure we understood that and you guys get to see just the new overall structure. And I did want to mention 2 small things that were added. So as long as you are using the version 32, they have combined a few folders that used to be under the root directory, now in an assets folder in which you have add-on instructions, your data types, and your trends. These folders used to be under the main root, so they would not be collapsible. They changed this just so that it's a little bit easier and better to organize your file structure.